If you've ever moved away from a house, an apartment, a country, a city that you had a lot of really, really great memories in, you'll understand exactly how I'm feeling right now. Because right now, I'm about to leave the US. It's been 6 months that I've been here, and right now my visa is about to expire in 2 days, so I really need to get my ass over to Mexico. But it's been such an amazing 6 months, some of the most formative in my entire life. I mean, I crossed the whole country twice, went all the way up to Alaska, fell in love with Montana, dwelled in the desert, got a dog. So much has happened, and I just feel so wistful and nostalgic to leave, you know? And I know it's gonna be awesome and the journey must go on, but just like, didn't think I would fall in love so much with this country. This is where we stayed last night. It's just a random government campsite. One thing that definitely came as a shock to me in the US is the RV culture. So, you know, back home in Europe, we have camper vans, obviously, and we have trailers. I mean, some people have trailers, but what happens here in the US is on a whole other level. I mean, some of these RVs are they're like lorries, you know? They're so massive and so luxurious. It's like a house on wheels, like a proper house on wheels. I mean, I call my car a house on wheels, but these are actual houses on wheels with marble top kitchens and things like that, you know? Can't say I'll miss the RVs going into Central and South America. But you know, in a way I'll miss them. Yes, good boy. Kind of weird when you look at me like that, you know? Pounds, 40 kilograms. So you might wonder, why do I keep lifting him into the car? He's 80 pounds. Well, puppies still have pretty fragile bones and joints, so they're not supposed to jump this distance. That's just a little dog mom fact. Ready to go? Ready to go? Good boy! So I'm a little bit nervous about this border crossing because it's not like just flying into Mexico, you know? That would be very easy. I'm going in with a foreign car, with a foreign dog, by myself, and I couldn't quite work out what I am or am not allowed to bring into Mexico. People say all kinds of things, all different websites say all different things. So I've got some dog food that I want to bring in for him, and I don't know how that's gonna go down. My Mexican friends tell me it's gonna be fine. The internet tells me they're going to confiscate and imprison me at the border. What's up? What's that? Danger. We good? Are we safe? Okay, good. I'm glad we're safe. Thank you for protecting me, always. Anyhow, stop number 1, the pet store. Stop number 2, the grocery store, and then the border. Let's go. I've run all my errands, so now it's time to go to the border. The US has felt like a serious chapter in my Pan-American road trip, not only because I spent so much time there. This chapter was all the more special because I had Odyssey, my home on wheels, completely remodeled here. Because this is where Vilk joined the expedition, and it's one of the few places where I could see myself living permanently. Well, this is an official goodbye to Montana. I know I'll be back again. So, of course it feels a little bit sad to leave. So hard to say goodbye. Okay. But an expiring visa is an expiring visa, and I just have to keep going south. Okay, so apparently I am now in Mexico. I crossed the border They kind of checked the car. They asked me what I did for a living. I told them I make YouTube videos. They checked my Instagram. Cool. They asked me if I'm traveling alone. I said yes. And that was kind of it. So, immediate differences. Obviously the architecture is a little bit different compared to San Diego. The roads are maybe not as good. The cars are not as fancy, but what's really striking me is that basically nobody stops at the stop sign. Oh yeah, 80% of people don't stop at the stop sign. So I'm on the highway, but I see that the traffic is stopped right here. I don't know what's going on. Probably a security check. Maybe the Guardia Nacional. Just a regular check. So you think Mexico and you think, you know, tropical forests and beaches and natural beauty everywhere, and I didn't wake up in the most beautiful place, but you know, I woke up in well, here. Woke up right here. This is us. This is Odyssey. Last night I came to see a mechanic here in Tijuana, Ricardo, who knows a thing or two about defenders, which is not something that a lot of people know about in North America in general. And we've been working on Odyssey, and he kindly offered for us to be able to stay here because we still have a bit more work to do today. So this has been our home the last 24 hours or so. Well, let's go on our morning walk in Tijuana. Okay, free. Well, Tijuana isn't exactly a tourist hotspot, you know. The city is not exactly known for its views and beautiful markets and colors and vibrancy and festivals. So, after Odyssey is done today, I'm leaving. I'm going to the coast, and I booked myself into a place for 9 days because I'm just feeling, I don't know, just so tired from traveling really intensely the last couple of months. I feel like I need a longer time to recharge and replenish my energy levels. So many dogs everywhere. Yes, I can't wait to show you that place. It's going to be so beautiful and so relaxing. Views of the ocean. Oh God, stray dogs. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's go. Sit. Yes, good boy. Okay, free. Yeah, you really don't like that hole, do you? You hate it, huh? What is in it? What's in it, huh? What's in it, Vilk? What's in there, huh? You know what I realized the other day? That Vilk is like one of those pillows that changes color depending on like which way you stroke it. You see it? Do you see it? It's beige. It is brown. Anyhow, I think it's time for a coffee. Living full-time on the road. Not every day is beautiful palm beaches and gorgeous mountain sceneries. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and this was by far the most convenient option, was to stay here rather than, you know, drive in the dark in Mexico, which I'm not a huge fan of. Driving in the dark, not Mexico. I love Mexico. Got a bathroom, got running water. That's more than I can say of most wild campsites that I've been to.
I've come to a workshop here in Tijuana, owned and run by Ricardo. Many of the defenders overlanding the Pan American Highway stop here for a quick service before heading further south into Mexico. On my to-do list were a few minor repairs and a bunch of maintenance work, which I tried to do myself for the first time.
First order of the day, greasing the U-joints.
And I really hoped that I wouldn't mess it up.
Okay, I can't reach one of the U-joints, so Ricardo's just moving the car above me. Okay. He's always living the extreme life. A month ago, if you asked me what U-joints were, I would have been like, what? What joints? I would have thought that maybe you're talking about a part of your knee, you know? But then you live, you learn. So that's cool. Alright, so yesterday we changed all the oils, all of them, not just the engine oil here, which I'm gonna check the levels right now, but the like transmission fluid and all this stuff, all the differential fluid, all this stuff. Everything is fresh as new. Let's check. We need to top up the engine oil. Probably do. Yes, I think we do. Oh, actually, no, it's perfect. Ricardo, it's in the middle, so it's perfect. Nice. Another big problem that I've been having was with electricity to the back plug right here. And this wouldn't be so much of a big issue, but it is, because this plug is what powers Vilk's air conditioning unit. And so since now we're going to be traveling through really, really warm areas, it's really important that it works. So we're trying to find the culprit. Okay, Ricardo connected some plugs here and there, did some magic, I don't know, but let's see if it works. No, still nothing. All the electrical stuff is just the stuff that I just cannot wrap my mind around it. But we've got a problem with the inverter. Great timing. Great timing. So I'm really gutted because this inverter is not cheap, and I've been having so many issues with it all along. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, we got battery power, okay. So now we need to see with these two cables.
Okay, now we got this plug to stop working. For a second, this wasn't working. Oh my god, it's on. It's still on. Still on. Oh, it's off. So we took out the inverter to see if there's maybe a problem inside it. That's what all the leads seem to be pointing to. You want a pair? Come. Here. Good boy. Yeah. This is what an inverter looks like on the inside. Okay, the inverter is back in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nothing?
Oh, power! Power! Green! Yes! It works! So that was it, you fixed it. Yes. One other very important thing that we need to do is Ricardo has noticed that there is a leak coming from the gasket right here on my engine. So we need to change that. Yo, that looks complex. That is the engine.
Yep.
That is the powerhouse, and that is the leaking gasket. So my next job is to wash the cover of the engine. I guess that's what it's called. Ricardo just said to clean it well. In fact, he said it has to be so clean that I can eat off of it. I'm not sure if I can get it to that state, but let's see what we can do here.
2 years ago, if you told me I'd be learning how to change an engine gasket on my leaky old Land Rover in a garage in Tijuana, I probably would have thought you had me confused with somebody else. Well, how things change.
Hey! Hi, mechanic dog. He's not loving it. And I have one more surprise today. Look who it is! Yay! You might remember Mathilde and Nick from our Alaska expedition. Vilk certainly remembers them. So we are going to be doing a bit of Mexico together, which is really, really exciting. They just made it across the border from the US and are currently working deep work mode on something that I do not understand.
We changed the hub, the carrier, and now we're adding a protection for the disc because we lost it in Alaska actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
shoot.
we're changing these parts.
Amazing, you're doing great. Everybody's got something to work on. Even Vilk. He's just protecting and guarding us, you know. You're making sure that everybody's okay? Good boy. So this here is the new gasket and it has to go right in here in these grooves that I've just so meticulously cleaned. I also got a bunch of these little stickers from Nick just now, which are excellent because they reflect light. So in Mexico, not everybody drives with their lights completely on at night, from my experience. So I'm just gonna stick these all around Odyssey so that we are nice and safe and everybody can see us. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more in the front. And then I came to this very Airbnb and spent 2 weeks trying to decompress. 2 weeks on the beach, just staying in one place, not filming anything, catching up on life admin, and just trying to take it easy. You know what, I had completely underestimated the toll that the last few months had taken on my mind and my body. I was going so fast, you know, across Mexico and then across the United States and up to Alaska and then all the way down to Mexico, that I kind of came here and spent the first 3 days of my stay here doing nothing. I could barely get out of bed. That's how weak I felt. So seeing how my body reacted to that, I realized that I need to make some changes to the way that I travel, because I think that this pace that I've been racing at is maybe not sustainable. Not sustainable for the long term, and I am in this for the long haul. So I'm gonna be making some changes to the way that I travel. But that's all coming next year. So in just like a couple of weeks. First, though, before I do make any changes, we've got something really exciting coming up on the channel. Starting next week, I'm gonna be convoying up with a few other people that you might recognize from my previous travels or some other YouTube channels. I'm gonna be convoying up with them and we're gonna be driving all the way to the south of Baja together, which I'm so excited about. It's gonna be so much fun. So that's all coming up next week before I do all the radical things to do with changing my pace of travel and all that good stuff. Well, I'm sitting here trying to think of something smart to say, but I can think of nothing. My mind is still a little bit empty and I'm still very much in decompression mode. So that's all I'm gonna say. See you guys next week for the next adventure.